Hey there now.
That's 1, 2.
Somebody's watching. Ain't that funny? Can you hear this? At least can you hear me?
We'll be back shortly. Hang with us.
All right, so the show ended. You know, all kinds of weird shit. Can you hear me? Or is that the fucking thing that's... So I believe I beat a county. I don't know what's going on, but I'll know by tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, and we'll see what happens. I made a motion for a continuance based on the clerk of court running interference, sending my subpoenas to Texas, shit like that. Grateful Dead or the Dead and Company are on a break right now. I'm surprised. Let me see if we got anything going on YouTube right now. Let's see. This is the set 2 preview, so this should go live soon. Yeah, it just did. There it is. So, all right. So it's like that. It's 9:00. I had the alarm set yesterday so I could see the documentary CNN about Rudy Giuliani. I'm an asswipe, I'll tell you. But then again, every Trump is.
Good evening. Hello. What brings you here? Oh, now I remember. Hi.
Hello.
I'm Gary Leonard here on the sun-drenched beaches of Cape Cod. And David Gans in Oakland, California. We wish we were really on the beach with you in Cancun, but this is a pretty swell way to enjoy this. This is night 2 of our mini-series.
And David Gans on now. I'm watching the Grateful Dead live in Cancun. Dead and Company. They just went on break.
Yes, indeed. Let me quickly run down this.
Oh, that's me.
It's another really
Oh, no, somebody else is there. Good Times is good. It's a holiday and the courts are closed. I don't know what happened. I caught the free preview. It was a really nice Scarlet Begonias. It was okay. And then they started doing Bertha and they didn't go off right away. So I was like, oh, this sounds good. Maybe it'll be a neat show. And it is a neat show. It was like an oldies Grateful Dead show there, the first set. Maybe the second set will be intense. Maybe a little help slip Frank. No, can't do that. They just did Franklin's Tower. But I'd like to hear Eyes of the World. I figured I'd buy the show. What the heck, you know? I mean, I gotta wait. I gotta wait for the court tomorrow. I mean, I could be working. I could be writing Merrick Garland and all that shit right now, but I don't know what's going on. Oh, those are the guys from Goose. Guy looks like he's from a 70s porno flick. You gotta see this guy. Wait. Really, seriously. Check this out. Okay, am I right? Like a 70s porno flick? That's the big TV. I've been giving you guys bits and pieces over the past couple of years. I've not gotten a chance to figure it out because of that. So I'm just going to hang here. I'm going to watch the show. It's time to get high. Blues, old hippie stash, Dream Hunter. That's what I was looking for. I just can't believe I passed that by in the first place. Excuse me. So I found out that the judge actually made an order on the motion for a mistrial, but the clerk of court never told me, never informed me of it. So that's her fault. That's why the if he ruled in my favor, which I believe he did, I don't think he would. He, no, I don't think he would. See, here's what happened. This is really good. These guys are talking. Who cares about that? I'm gonna lower them even more so you can hear me, and that's good because the boys are taking a break. They'll probably be till 9:35, probably 9:40. So, okay, so this is really good. This I lost somebody. This is really good. Maybe I'll do something here. I'll let you know. I'm in no rush. I just told a friend of mine about it. She might want to go on. So I'm just gonna hang here. If you want to hear, I'll tell my story. It's pretty good. About somebody. Good story. Excuse me. So, I wrote to the district attorney and to the sheriff's department for like a week straight in December, starting like Christmas Eve, the 24th, trying to get them to investigate these crimes that were committed against me: the perjury, attempt, suborning of perjury, possible conspiracy between the perjurer and suborning of the perjury. If there is a suborning of perjury, then there is a conspiracy. So, never heard from them. Never, ever, ever heard from them. And when I started doing that, I was also at the same time writing the judge every day since the 21st of December, saying, "Let's go set this motion for a mistrial." Because that's when I filed it. Set it. Let's either have a video hearing or rule on it. There's no need. This is pretty cut and dry, and I don't hear anything from him for like a long time. So I'm kind of PO'd, January, 1st, the end of December, I give up and I start to write writ of mandamus. I'm thinking about. Yeah, I mean, I've got I'm trying to, I've got the motion for the mistrial in, and I'm trying to get them to bust a move and do their jobs, and they're not doing their jobs. So I spent $400 on this friggin' lawsuit. And it's all because these people won't do their job. So they forced me to go to a judge, and that cost me $400. If it was free, but they know it's not free, so they're not going to do their jobs. They're going to be like, "What are you going to do? Sue me?" Yeah, okay. So I did. I sued them. And they're under lawsuit right now up in Georgia. I versus the DA and the sheriff of Barrow County. I mean, that's what happens. Oh well, too fucking bad. So then I realized I'm going to get some witnesses there because this guy's not ruling. He's So around the 27th of December, Candace, that's the ADA who prosecuted me, but I was standing there like, oh, just the way she would talk about me. And so she writes, we're scheduled for sentencing, which is Groundhog's Day, February 2nd. And I'm like, man, this is December. I'm not waiting till then. Let's rule this and get over with so I can get on with my life. I don't want to do it. Judge writes me back and says, yeah, it's set for the 2nd. Okay. So he's not going to rule on it until I show up in court on the 2nd of February. This gets really good. So I working on some subpoenas to have subpoenas. And at the same time, a writ of mandamus petition that I had to file. I'm ready to file the subpoenas, and I think I can easily. I'm new to this. I've never done this before. I usually just walk up to the counter and hand them the pleadings. And
recording that I could listen to and stuff like that. So
somebody came back. I don't know if you were listening the first time when I was talking. I'm just going to stop now. Unless you want me to keep talking if you were here before. I don't know. You know, it's break time, so get ready for the second set. I don't have any LSD, unfortunately. So we're just gonna. Yeah, so okay, I got a couple. I don't know if you're the same people. So to continue the story. The subpoena I send her is for a Butts County police lady who's supposed to get the recordings of the jailhouse recordings that they make in the jailhouse. You know, when the inmates go on the phone, they're always recorded. And they're supposed to hold on to these recordings until 30 days after disposition, which I haven't reached yet in my case. So logically, as long as they didn't violate the law and destroy them themselves, the recordings still exist. So I wrote up a subpoena ducus tecum, which is a special kind of subpoena. It's a subpoena where you ask them to bring things with you. So the ducus tecum I want is her to bring the recordings. That's it. Be at my hearing, 9 a.m., February 2nd. Let's go. And I told the judge, and then, all right, so wait, I'll get to that point. And so that's where the recording where my mother is having a conversation with the clerk of court, and the clerk of court tells her about what happened at the counter, how there were two people there to get the warrant, and one didn't want the warrant. The other one was like really adamant. Yeah, I want to get the warrant. And the other one was like, man, I don't think this is a good idea. And the other one was like, well, we're going to do it. Kind of. I mean, I could just see exactly what it was like. I mean, I'm sure it didn't go down exactly like that. But, so the clerk of court knows that it's going to, because, you know, the cop said that it didn't happen that way. He said he showed up alone. And I could have called the clerk of court to testify, you know, but what's the use? She's just going to lie too, you know? So, all right. So she must have freaked out. Like, oh shit, this is like signing her own arrest warrant in a way, you know? So So she's like, what can I do to delay this? So about 3 hours later, 2, 3 hours later, she denies the subpoena, and I'm like, well, what the hell's going on? And so I don't know what the hell's going on. It just says it was denied. It said signature required, and I'm like, signature? There's the only signature required on a subpoena is hers. That's it. There's no anything down there about me other than my address and contact information. Other than that, she's supposed to sign it. So I figured she signed it, but there's something I forgot, which is good in a way. I mean, it's good because um, it makes me seem like the poor people that don't have an idea how to do any of this kind of work. How to save their own life. I mean, I'm fighting for my life here. The last 4 years, that's all it's been since I got arrested in March 4 years ago. I mean, that's all I've been doing. Right now the boys are in Cancun. I should be on my boat in Cancun watching that show. Have been able to learn how to do it, and then I could have just been sailed to Cancun, and there they are on the beach in Cancun playing in the sand, and I got to watch it from here. It's not the same. I mean, yeah, it's live and all that, and you can still feel it, but it's just not the same. These two guys. It's like he's a 70s porn star. Oh my god. Anyway, they're pretty good, man. They're all right. I always watch their free previews. I don't know if I'd ever buy a show. I definitely wouldn't buy a show off of Nugs. It'd probably be too expensive. Nugs.net. That's what this is on. And their director is bad. Somebody was on yesterday. So I was listening to the Sirius XM radio yesterday, and they were on the boys played 2 nights ago also, and and I was and last night, but anyway, I was listening yesterday, and the guy was talking to the old timers that run the show, like these guys here, David Gans, he runs the show and stuff like that. And he was saying that the directing was really bad, and I was watching it, and he was right. I mean, this guy didn't know who was going to sing next, what the beat might be, the light change, the where to change the camera. It was really bad directing. I mean, I could do a better job. I did a better job as city councilman in Atlanta in the '90s. I was just directing 3 cameras, but it was still pretty neat. But so I call up the help desk of the Easy File, and I'm like, "What does this mean?" Because they're the people that sent it to me. And I was like, "What does this mean?" They're like, "I have no idea." And only the signature of the clerk is required. She's like, "Well, yeah." And, I don't know what happened, but she was like, "Yeah," and short-term memory loss. She didn't know what to do. She says, just call the clerk up. Sounds like there's something going on. All right, so I called up the clerk. Well, I didn't call her up. I wrote, like, what the hell's going on? And she writes, this is going to be on 20%, I think. I just got that new T-Mobile internet. Friggin' man, this thing pumps at like 100 megas. A lot of streaming, live streaming. I watch CNN constantly. CNN, MSNBC, all the news. I'm live streaming constantly. He's like, "Oh yeah, no problem." I'm like, "You're not going to sound like my mobile internet doing?" And they're like, "No, it's not mobile." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's not wired. It's still mobile. I'm telling you, it's going to put Tesla." I can't wait. Oh, So I wasn't hearing back. I'm like, what's going on? And I decided, okay, I'm just gonna take out the line where I had her name. Oh no, that's the other. Uh, oh, all right. So she sends me back this snotty little response, and I send her back another snotty little response. Right, and then I realized, you know what it is? I know exactly what it is. I have to have the emboss on the paper. They have to get the emboss. It's stamped on there that she has to stamp on there. So she's got to stamp that emboss on there. What about that? So I had 4 subpoenas actually. I wanted to send one just to see if she see what she would do with it before I overwhelmed her with 4 of them because I've got like 3 others. I've got Fred Stemp's wife subpoenaed. So they're all subpoenaed to Takem's. She subpoenaed to bring in some stuff. Another officer from Butts County who does 911 is subpoenaed to bring in some stuff. Oh, and the doctor down here that says I'm too incompetent to stand trial for a misdemeanor. The Georgia, I'm competent enough for a felony. uh, so I right away what I did was immediately, and I keep envelopes here. I got a 2-day envelope and I drew up uh, my address on it, and I put their address for the clerk for the return, and I folded it up, and I put another 2-day envelope with the clerk's address on it, and the 4 subpoenas that I wanted her to sign and emboss, and I ran down to the post office real quick, closed. I was able to send this off. So 3 hours later, she signs for the subpoenas. And she doesn't. It's not 3 hours. 3 business hours later. So Friday, I send them off. She gets them Monday morning. Signs for them. It's only 3 business hours since I sent them, and she gets them, and I guess she's probably flabbergasted by what she's reading, and she's probably freaking out. All this shit, probably like, what the hell's going on, So anyway, so I send this letter, I send this email to her right before the letters got there. Oh wait, I know what it was. I checked the tracking, saw that she had signed for it like around 9:30, 10 o'clock. Wrote her a letter around 10:30 or so, and said, "The subpoenas you got, just sign them, stamp them, send them back to me immediately. To take you all of 40 seconds, because it should. It's not that hard." And she sends me back, says, received, signed, sealed, delivered, whatever, on its way. I'm like, all right, well, we'll see. Well, I'm getting on the writ of mandamus. I'm still working on that because this has got to be, this has got to be really good. This has got to be perfect. So go back. I start working on the writ of mandamus. I ask her some questions about the writ of mandamus. She writes me back, "I can't tell you legal advice." I'm not advice. I'm asking you, how do I go about doing this? Not what do I write in this? That would be legal advice. Right? I mean, she's an idiot. So that was on Monday night, last Monday, or last Monday morning. And the show's probably coming back along with me. Maybe I'll set the camera that way. Like Monday night, I go to track the package that's supposed to be sent to me, and I realize it's not in the tracking system. Take position. She went back because she wanted them to get back to me late so that I couldn't subpoena these people to be and all the jazz. On Tuesday, I'm like, not almost 9:30. They might be coming up. Yeah. All right, I got it going on now. And they're now in transit. They just left Ybor in Tampa, so they're on their way over here. So I assume it'll be delivered tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be around tomorrow. I don't know when it's going to get here. Not, so I can't get these subpoenas off. And well, you got list the trailer trash kind of check, really. I mean, that's what she mean. It's okay. You can be stereotypical of people. It's a debate I've had with a friend of mine who's another anthropologist. Apparently, her professor says you shouldn't be like that. The professor says it's okay. I mean, no, you can just tell it back to her.